Yo, what's up guys? Welcome to the video. Today we're going to cover the beginner's guide to get in shape. Part 1 covers the mental preparation, part 2 is the diet, part 3 is the exercise routine. Let's get into it. So, part 1. So guys, basically we're going to cover the mental things that you need to keep in mind to be successful in getting in shape, especially as a beginner. These are the things that you should have as your fundamentals. You need to have these things in place because guys, if you don't have the foundation correctly, your house is going to be shaky. If you don't have a strong foundation, you can't build as high as you want, because if you have a narrow foundation, a weak foundation, as you continue to build, something will crumble. You will get injured. You're going to fall off at some point. You're not going to enjoy it. You're going to have body dysmorphia, which is probably going to happen anyways. So let's just get into it. So like I said, 3-part series. So guys, stay tuned. Hopefully these are not too long of videos. The whole idea, guys, that I want to get across is that you want to start where you're at. You want to improve over time, and you want to be consistent and never give up. Remember that, folks. All right, concept 1. So you see yourself as that person. Now, what's up guys? So this is the age-old topic of visualization, but it's not just visualization, because don't get me wrong, seeing yourself as that person and having that emotional state of that thought as well, because thoughts and emotions need to be bound together to actually have a magnetic effect. That's not enough, guys. You actually have to, with that emotion, have a genuine desire and then a proper plan, and then carry out that plan and be consistent with that plan. So you got to put the work into. You got to unwire an old habit, which is the you that's not ideal, and rewire the new habit of you that is the ideal version of yourself. So you're working against basically 2 things: eliminating something and adding something. So it's kind of hard at first, and when you're determining yourself to be this new person, you're going to get hit with the imposter syndrome. But you got to keep going, because eventually that won't feel like an imposter. That will feel like who you are. All right, so diet and exercise, guys, they go hand in hand. You can't outwork a bad diet. You've heard that a million times. But you got to keep in mind, guys, you cannot eat yourself into the perfect physique. You also need a reason for your physique to look muscular, and that's because of progressive overload, and your muscles are being stressed and used to create that bigger muscle. So if they're not being used, they won't grow. Your diet is going to actually show what is built, and it also builds the muscle, because you need protein to build up the muscle, but you also need carbohydrates and fat for proper hormones, for creating enough energy to have a good workout, to break down your body, then using the protein to rebuild it. It all goes hand in hand. Don't overthink this. It's starting to sound like a lot, but it's really not. So you create your body, guys, with the weights, bodybuilding, but you also do that with diet, because you cannot build a physique unless you have the proper nutrients. And the diet, honestly, guys, we're all a Greek statue underneath there somewhere. Don't get triggered. You can look like whatever you want. We all live in a world where there's a reality. Some things are good for us, some things are not. It's up to you to determine what you think is good and what you think is bad, and to go after that and not care about what anybody thinks about that. So if you think that you want to look a certain way, go for it. Do whatever you want. This is for people that want to look lean, aesthetic, muscular, and be overall healthy by traditional blood markers, with some caveats, because some of the traditional markers are not 100% correct, in my opinion. So this is for people who want to look lean and muscular. That's what this video is catered towards. So a bunch of gym folks. So accept the fact, guys, there's no such thing as, is the diet 50% and workout 50%? Is it 70-30, 60-40, whatever? Just accept that they both matter, and just do the best that you can in both categories, and then just move the heck on. All right, and last concept is you don't have to be perfect. This all goes back to the idea that you want to start now and you want to improve. You're always shooting mentally for perfection, but you're not expecting perfection, because if you expect perfection, you are never going to start, because you're going to have paralysis by analysis, and you're going to be basically spending so much time researching instead of actually starting and getting your improvements from direct feedback of your mistakes and things that you realize that you need to improve on as you do them. And you're like, oh, this kind of sucks. I need to improve on this. But also the other thing is, you don't even know what you don't know. So if you start, you're going to determine problems, and then you're going to have to determine solutions to those problems that you didn't even know existed unless you actually started putting in the work. So there is such a thing as perfect form, guys, in a sense, but even there's a bit of room to cheat, and there's some benefits to having cheat reps. There's no perfect routine, no perfect diet. Just start, be consistent, improve. There's fundamentals that I'm basically trying to get you guys to acquire: mental fundamentals, diet, exercise fundamentals, because your genetics are all so different, and these fundamentals will stay the same, but our body will respond so differently and our minds will respond so differently. So you need to learn how to adapt, and you need to learn how to make things work for you specifically, because what works for me may not work for you perfectly. So you need to know what things you can tailor towards you and what things you can change. And so, guys, like I said, I want to make these quick videos. So this is a wrap up. Guys, you got to enjoy where you're at. If you're at beginner stage, intermediate, advanced, you got to enjoy it all. If you're not happy with where you're at, you're never going to be happy. You're going to have body dysmorphia. You're going to say, you're going to notice that your rear delts are lacking. So once your rear delts get bigger, you're going to be happy. Once your arms get bigger, once your calves are probably not going to get bigger. You're going to be like, when this part grows and it matches and I have the proportions that I want, then I'll be happy. But then you're going to realize that then you're going to be like, oh, I want to be leaner. So then you're not actually happy yet. Oh, I want to get bigger. Then you're not actually happy yet once you're lean. Oh, but I noticed that now this thing came up. This thing looks out of proportion. You're never going to be happy. So guys, take a step back. You're working out. Even if you're working out for a living, just take a chill pill. You've got a good life. You're working out. It's a good life. Like, just don't take it so seriously. And also the thing that you want to do is just learn these basics and just forget about it. What I mean by that is just put the work in. Just let the time pass doing the work that you're supposed to do, because time is going to pass anyways. Time waits for no man or woman. Don't overthink this. Put your head down and work. Remember, start where you're at and improve. And you're going to improve, and there's no such thing as being perfect, but you're shooting for perfection and you will get better. And that's all you want to do. You want to beat yourself, the person that you were yesterday. You don't want to be comparing yourself. You just want to be better than who you were in the past. If you just let time pass doing what you have to do, whatever your mind enforces, your body will have no choice but to look like what your mind does and what your habits reflect on a daily basis. So hope this helped, guys. See you guys for part 2 and part 3. Peace.